Good morning. I guess everybody is in now. There are 62 students. So good morning, everyone. Yeah, I could find lots of messages. So it seems that all of you are full of energy today. Great. So officially, we are starting today the subject English. Fine. So we will. I'll share the presentation for you people. The same thing will be available for you people on the portal. So don't worry about it. If you miss out something, anytime you can ask me. So today's class is related to orientation, because in the first lecture we need to go for orientation. This orientation deals with what the subject is, what the syllabus is, how we will deal with the syllabus, then what would be the delivery model, what about assignments, and what would be your scheme for midterm exam, final exam. If need be, we'll go for even paper, how the questions are asked. So we'll discuss all those things today in this class. And in the afternoon session, 3:25 to 4:25, I have another session. So we'll see that whether it is lucky for you to have my 2 sessions in a day, or something else. So that is to be asked in the next class. Fine. So till then, let's start this orientation program, right? Okay. So its orientation is something like what we are going to deal with, right? Okay. So name of your subject is English. If somebody asks you that, what is the name of your subject? English. In your midsem exam, in all exams, you will have to remember the code, that is 311-0002. The students of electrical, that is SI and MU, they may have different code. We will talk about it in the next class session or separately. Fine. For GTU, it is the same name of subject and subject code is 311-0002. Fine. Okay. The teaching scheme. If you look at it, teaching scheme, in first three columns, it is LPP. LPP stands for lecture, tutorial, and practical. That means we will have 2 lectures of 1 hour each in a week. So we'll have wonderful Wednesday every time because there will be 2 sessions of mine on Wednesday. That is today. There will be 2 practical, 2 hours for practical. So we divide students in 3 lab parts, right? So the students will be divided in 3 parts, and there will be lab conducted separately for each lab, for each group, that is ABC group, right? Fine, don't worry, have patience, you will get it, right? Don't worry about it. If you don't get from anywhere, I'll give you, I have with me the list. Okay, fine. Next is credit. It is a 3 credit subject. So for you, it is very important to understand what we mean by credits. Fine. So credits are very important because your entire teaching learning would be based on credit system. And when we have this new education policy in India, that things will be based on credits. So if need be, we'll discuss about those things. But right now, you can consider it as 3 credit subject. There can be 2 credit subject, 3 credit subject, 4 credit subject, or it can be audit course. That means there is no need for assessment. Theory marks, that is 70 plus 30. That means your end semester exam will be of 30 marks, 70 marks, final paper. The papers I'll share in the portal so that you can refer to it. And your midsem exam of 30 marks. That means you will have first midsem exam, second midsem exam, and you will get either subtotal, that is average of these 2, or best of 2. That will be decided by the head of department, and you will be informed in that way. So if you score 25 in one exam and 27 in another exam, you will get 26 out of 30, or you may get 27 out of 30, but that would be for midsem proportion. Then practical marks, end semester assessment, that is Viva, and PA, that stands for your, the assignments that we give, term work. So what we have done is, out of 30 plus 20, that 50 marks is with us, that is with me as a faculty. So I'll give you some assignments, some online courses to complete. And if you do that, you will get the score out of 50. So in total, there will be 150 marks. Type of the course is communication and ethics. It's about communication only. That is English. And the prerequisite is need to learn the subject. That means you need to learn. If you wish to learn, you can learn in that way. Okay. There's nothing more into this. Now, course outcomes. I've highlighted the units or names of the units or the content of the units as per the details. There are 6 outcomes. That means, what do you mean by outcomes? That means you are expected to learn at the end of the course. Fine. So first course outcome is use various forms of vocabulary in varied situations in oral and written communication. That means you should be able to use different types of vocabulary, different types of words and usage for different situations in oral and written communication. That means for writing and speaking. So according to that, we will design our first, we have designed our first unit and we will deliver the first unit accordingly. Second thing is understand the phonetics and transcription pattern to learn correct pronunciation. This is very important. Nowadays in the world, people follow RE, that is received pronunciation. Right? RE stands for received pronunciation, right? So there are pronunciation with flavors, American flavor, British flavor, like that. Fine. So we need to find out that what phonetics is. So how to pronounce the word. So there will be a four different phonetics. There are sounds, 44 sounds in English. So there are vowels, consonants, then diphthongs. So we'll talk about all those things in unit, on this. And CO3, that is comprehend the dynamics of various rules of grammar and check its validation while they speak and write language correctly. That means this course aims that students should know about, understand about the rules of grammar, and they should know the validation that what is right, what is not right when they write and speak. Course outcome number 4 stands for use grammar effectively to make themselves competent listener, speaker, reader, and writer by exposing to various set of situations. So situation wise, right, you should be competent when you are listening to something, when you're speaking to somebody, when you're reading or writing. So in that way, you can use grammar effectively. The first one is understand the rules. Second is use the grammar rules. Number 5 is write various formal and informal documents of day-to-day life and professional setup. Fine. That means when you talk about applications, proposals, emails, right? That you should know. Course outcome number 6 stands for demonstrate the qualities of writing in diverse situations by using the nonsense types such as conciseness, clarity, accuracy, organization, and coherence. So you should include in your writing, like you should be concise, very if you can write in brief and short, don't go for more words. Clarity means there should be clarity in the thoughts. Whatever you want to convey, you should convey exactly. Accuracy means there should not be any errors. Organization means there should be formation. Layout should be proper. Coherence stands for logical sequence. So these are 6 different course outcomes. Fine. Okay, now we have total 6 units. Remind it, we have total 6 units to go. Fine. So unit number 1 stands for vocabulary building. In this unit, what should we learn? In this unit, what shall we learn that we need to understand? Look at this, introduction to word formation. So yesterday in the lab, when I had lab for electrical batch and then a B batch, which was combined. So in that way, we talked about what do you mean by word formation, and you could know that yesterday that I believe in two-way communication, right? So that is important. Types of word formation processes. That what do you mean by compounding words, clipping words, blending, derivations, creative respelling, coining and borrowing, acquaintance with prefix and suffix, synonyms, antonyms, and standard abbreviations. So these are different types of ways with which one can learn about words. So for each topic, for example, compounding, we'll talk about how words can be, combined, how words are clipped, fine, how words are blended, how words are derived from different languages. There are people, who write words in creative way. So what is that? How words are coined and borrowed from languages. Fine. So we'll talk about all these things. Fine. Let me complete this. By the end of the session, your all the questions will be answered, and if not, then I'll answer one by one. Fine. Yes, you need to go for one book. So how to do that, what to do that, I'll explain. Right. So thank you for reminding that. This is unit number 1. Okay. Any doubt up to now? If you're not out, please write no doubt in the chat box. Please write in the chat box no doubt so that I can go ahead. Great. Going in the right direction. Now, see, whatever sessions I conduct online, you will get the recording of those sessions. You will get the presentation of those sessions, right? Then whatever homework I give you, you need to prepare one book of 200 pages, right? For all the assignments, for all the classwork homework that I do, that I ask you to complete, right? At the time of your final viva, you need to bring that book. Is it fine with everybody now? Done? Okay. Second unit is phonetics. Fine. So in that, we need to go for a phonetic chart, that is IPA. Fine. So we will have different formats that how words are pronounced. Then there will be transcription. Transcription stands for how to read the words to get the hints about pronunciation. So you must have found in dictionaries and Google that they give something in written that gives you the idea to pronounce the word. So it is altogether a different language, we can say. So that would be the introduction to different accents. That means we'll have, fortunately, we have some people from different countries. So we'll ask them, right? So we'll know about the accents from Africa, we'll know accents from Syria. Will majorly, if we look at the accents in that way, we can go for American, British, Australian, Canadian, Indian. Fine. And apart from that, there is another one that is standardized, that is RE, receipt pronunciation. So we'll have different accents, how they're different, what are what are their ideas, their methods. So we'll learn about those things and what is suitable, what should be the most common thing, fine, to follow for phonetics, that we will talk about. And if required, if need be, we'll have one person, fine, who will be there as an expert, will deliver one session on this. So we'll get to know about this one. Okay. Now, unit number 3, identify common errors in writing. Now, when we talk about common errors in writing over here, that means we've done different types, different forms of grammar points. Now, tenses. So I'm not going to teach you tenses the way your teachers use speech or you must have done till now. It will be altogether a different way, right? And we'll have, for example, newspaper articles or some passages, fine, and we will learn from those material. So practical approach would be there for tenses. Subject of agreement. There are 22 rules for subject of agreement. How verb should agree to subject, that we will learn. Then misplaced modifiers. So modifiers means adjectives, the words which modify the noun. So how they are misplaced, we'll talk about it. Along with this misplaced modifiers, I'll also talk about two more things, right? So it can be dangling modifier. There can be different types of modifiers we'll talk about. Articles very easy, but thing is that the things that seems easy, they're not actually, right? So we'll learn the application of articles. Prepositions, will have a beautiful video, animated video to learn about prepositions. There will be lots of exercises for that. Then model auxiliaries, starting from can to used to, different types of model auxiliaries and how they are used. We'll talk about that. Last topic is very important. Why? Because generally people commit that kind of mistake. That is called redundancy. Redundancy means repetition. Right? You make a round circle. So round means circle. So there are words that we unnecessarily use. It should not be there. For example, if I said I warn you in advance. So warning is something that is told for in advance. So warning in advance should not be there. So this is what we call redundancy. Repetition of similar type of words which does not help you to add meaning to the sentence. So those who are words which are used in conversation, in writing, which have no more value. So that can be removed, that can be omitted. So we'll talk about that redundancy. Fine. Now, unit number 4, that is writing, basic writing skills. Sentence structures, that means talk about different sentence structures, synthesis, simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentences, right? Exclamatory sentences. So we talk about those kind of sentences, how it can be utilized. Clauses and phrases that will be covered under the category of synthesis. Fine. Fine. I'll try to speak a little louder. Okay. Surely, I'll do that. Now, importance of proper punctuations. Punctuation stands for comma, semicolon, full stop, capitals. We'll talk about that one. Then creating coherence. That is how we can, write in a way that it looks like it is, logically connected with one another. So it should not look like your sentences are, separate. They are, just like islands. It should look like one full, family. Fine. So punctuations, they are, punctuations means different types of, articles or different types of signs. For example, in speaking, I pause for a while. I speak loudly. I speak slowly. Right. So in writing, how can we do that? So over there, punctuation helps us. So where to write capital, the first letter of capital, then where to use comma, dash, hyphen, all these are punctuation marks. Fine, that is used in writing. Then organizing principles of paragraphs in documents. So it's about essay writing. So we'll learn that internationally how paragraphs are developed, how they are written, so how they are evaluated, what is the way of writing. We will learn about those things, and I'll show you those things, right, one by one when we talk about. Fine. Okay. So that is the unit number 4. Unit number 5 is nature and style of writing. You will find what is the difference between describing and defining. Right? This has been asked multiple times in final exams. So what do you mean by describe? What do you mean by define? What do you mean by classify? How they are different from one another? We'll talk about it. And writing introduction and conclusion, that is covered as essay writing. So if you want to write introduction to anything, how can you do that? If you want to write conclusion, how do you write conclusion? So each and everything that we will write over there. Okay. Just a second. Just a minute, students. Somebody said that there are two voices coming in, so I'll check it out. Mine. Okay. Okay. Somebody asked a question that what do you mean by nature and style of writing, right? So that means there are different ways of writing. For example, if you describe something, there will be different things. For example, if you have a mobile phone and somebody is writing about mobile, that person will write text or content about mobile, what mobile is in a different way. Where somebody is writing about Pythagoras theorem, so that writing would be different. And somebody is talking about different types of ACs, air conditions, right? So there will be comparisons. So this classifying, right? So this is different ways of writing. Getting? So this is unit number 5. I hope that you got your queries resolved, right? Viraj. Okay. Done. Unit number 6, that is writing practices. This is going to be a huge, unit for all of you, because 2 assignments will be there from this unit. So writing practices, if you look at it, the first one would be comprehension. Comprehension means reading comprehension. Now you can map it with lab sessions. So whatever we are learning in the class, the same practice would be there in the lab. Fine. So writing practices over here. Fine. So one by one I'll explain. Comprehension means right. Yesterday I asked some of the students, comprehension means to understand. So when you understand reading, right, and you answer the question, that's about comprehension. Precise writing is we need to condense writing. We need to convert our text, our paragraph in 1/3 or 1/5. That means a paragraph story is given. You need to complete this, to rewrite the story, reshape the story with limited number of words. That is precise writing. Fine. Letter writing is something that very well. Email etiquettes is that means the behavior while you send and receive emails. Abstract and precise both are in a way similar to each other, but there are differences. Abstract means whatever you, this is what I'm telling you today is summarization. So summary is an abstract is something which is crux, just like a trailer of a movie. Fine. So that is abstract. Memo writing is a short form of memorandum. Fine. So in memorandum, we need to go for, that's also type of letter writing, but it's a format. So in organization, in internal communication, they use memo. For example, if you're not wearing mask, you will get a memo. There's also type of a memo, right? I wish that you don't get anybody, but this is about the thing. Fine. So unit number 6. So up to now, any questions or query? If it's okay up to now, please write okay in the chat box so that I can go ahead. Please write okay in the chat box. Great. So things are okay up to now, largely. So I can go ahead. These are reference books, right? You can get those books from library, and whatever books are there with me in soft copy, I'll share with you people in WhatsApp group so that you can prepare accordingly. Fine. Okay. This is language lab activity. This I'm going to discuss in the lab, so there's no need to discuss right now. Fine. Okay. Your evaluation scheme, as I mentioned earlier, that 70 marks will be there for end semester exam, 30 marks will be there for mid-sem exam, 30 marks will be there for Viva and other tasks, 20 marks will be there for assignments. So in a way, there will be 150 marks. Okay. So delivery model would be like this. There will be one MCQ after every 10 to 15 minutes. So this afternoon only, you will get to know about this. That every in presentation itself, like whatever I talk about today, whatever topic I'm teaching. So at the after 10 minutes or 15 minutes time, there will be one MCQ. It can be true, false, it can be MCQ in a way, and you need to answer in the chat box. As it is being recorded, I'm going to evaluate it, right? And there will be session-wise quiz. We'll start it from today itself, right? So there will be one quiz that there will be having 5 questions for every session. You need to answer those questions in 5 minutes time. Fine. And then that would be the way of taking attendance. Right? Those who fail to submit the Google form, quiz session wise, their attendance will not be counted. Second thing, there may be online exams, because looking at the current scenario. So what we do is for at the end of every unit, we will have one session typically for unit exam, online exam, and there will be around 25 to 30 questions. I'll give you some time, half an hour time, and the remaining time we'll have discussion of that piece. Fine. So it is a well structured session would be there, so it won't be in a kind of a boring thing, right? There will be lots of online activities that we will do. No, I'm not talking about mid-sem exam, but last time it happened that we had to conduct online exam. So this time I wish that we have offline exams. Fine, but in case if there are offline exams are not possible, in that case that can help you. I'm not talking about mid-sem exam. This is about individual my subject exam. So in every class, at the end of every session, there will be one quiz. Fine. I have named it as a quiz, not exam. Fine. So there will be quizzes session wise, and there will be quizzes unit wise, and we'll have lots of tools that I know about. So I'll apply those tools, and we'll have lots of activities in the class. Fine. So this is the way how we will deliver this. So students, if you have any other suggestions other than this, you can tell me in the chat box. So 1 minute, you can unmute your mic and speak, or you can type in the chat box if you have any suggestions. If not, after a minute, I will continue further. Fine. I'll explain it. I knew that it was disconnected. In exam, your mid-sem exam, your final exam will be decided looking at the situation. Last time it was conducted online, that I know one thing. Whatever I'm showing you right now, it's about delivery model of the session. That means I have mentioned the name as a quiz. Fine. So I want you people to revise and understand the things very well. That's why to stay connected with you people and keep you connected with me, right? At the end of 10 to 15 minutes, there will be one MCQ that will be there within the presentation, within the session. At the end of the session, yes, at the end of the session, there will be one quiz. Fine. If you get time, you need to complete within the lecture time. If don't, in that case, you can complete within the day, right? And that would be directly connected with your attendance, right? This will be applicable to every sessions, right, of labs as well as lectures. Fine. Okay. And I'm also going to add a few more things. For example, openings of the sessions. That means I will sort out the list of the students and I'll assign you that on this day I'm going to talk about this topic. So in the beginning of the session, one or two students will open the session. That means I'm going to give you, opportunity to speak in English. And one or two students will end up with conclusion that what we did today in the class. So in a way, there will be more revisions, right? So this would be the way of learning and conducting the sessions. Now, anything else you would like to add to this, you can add. Fine. So we'll go for the next one. You should know about your teacher. So I am Dr. Deepak Mashru. If I talk about my academics, you can see the screen. Fine. Harsh will do that. Actually, we cannot have water tech division. So it's based on the topics. So if the topic is completes around 15 minutes time, I'll have question on that. So it is in that way I have decided. But it's a good idea. We can definitely include in the we can consider it while preparing the presentation, right? Thank you, Harsh. So I've done my master's in commerce. I've done my master's in English. I've done my bachelor's in education. I've done my master's in journalism and mass communication. I did my postgraduate diploma in computer application. And lastly, I did my PhD in applied linguistics. Fine. Applied linguistics means English language teaching. Fine. This is my qualification. Okay. See, things are clear from my end. Let me see. Okay. Now, can you see the things clear? Fine. Done. Okay. Experience, got 20 plus years of experience in Marwadi itself. I got 8 plus years. I authored 13 books. They are related to English, communication, IELTS, research, economics, and management. I have got developed 3 Android applications, right? 4 Google Voice Assistant applications on my name. I've got 4 online courses on my name, and that would be one of the courses you are going to do as one of the assignments. Fine. And apart from that, I'm an influencer at Google Cloud Source Community and a member of Google Educators Group, Ahmedabad and Pune. Right? And above all, I'm a passionate teacher by choice. So wanted to be a teacher, and that's why I'm a teacher. Right? So this is about me. So if you wish to know about me more, you can Google Deepak Mashru. You'll find details about me. Fine. Okay. Now I'm going to share one link with you people. As I told you that there will be quiz, and there will be test every time. So this is the link. Please click on this link and answer the questions. I give you 5 minutes time. Take your time, and if you find it difficulty, let me know. Harsh Desai is the fastest thinker first. Okay, Pankaj. You answered the questions correctly. Fine. You need to score 2 out of 2. Or EC2 class. Where are the others? EE1 class, DE1 class. Where are you people? Vanshit, what is the problem? Just a minute. You must not have, used with your Marwadi's ID. Now it will be opened. Fine. Okay. Now you try again. I removed the restrictions. Fine. I'm sharing everybody's responses so we can check. I received 58 responses till now. Hushain, yes, your response has been recorded, right? So 63 students. Let us check that how many are we? 71. So 69. So still 5 to go. Make sure that you complete the things. 55. 4 students to go. Okay, very good. 3 students to go. 2 students to go. Fine. 1 or 2 students to go to complete the things. Hemangi, what is the problem you are facing? You need to unmute your mic and speak, otherwise I won't be able to understand. What you can do is, Hemangi, you can copy the link, go to Google Chrome, right? Open Google Chrome, right? And go to incognito mode, and then you paste this link. It will happen. It will, it will work. Fine. You try it out. If you don't, if you fail to do that, let me know. Fine. Now, as per the system, in today's class, we need to ask students. No, any 2 students can conclude the session. That what is your feedback? How did you enjoy? What did you enjoy? What did you like? And what did you do during the class? That you need to explain. So, as it is the first lecture, as a voluntary base, so anybody who wish to, that person can unmute the mic and speak. Next lecture onwards, I will assign the names of the students that who will speak on which lecture. This is the first lecture. It's an opportunity. You can encash. So who would like to speak? Okay. So please, Savan. Savan. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Sir, I would like to conclude with first you explain the whole course which we are going to study in this semester. Then uh, then you give your brief about your education and all that, your introduction and that.
Okay.
And that all.
Fine.
You
So what is your observation about the class? Savan.
observation about class.
Yes. Did you enjoy or not or what?
Oh, that way. Yeah, I enjoyed. Well, it will be nice if we started the chapter or something, and but
Yeah,
it's okay.
in the class, the second class, it will be there.
Yeah.
Because in afternoon we are meeting, so we are starting with unit number 1, vocabulary.
Actually, I was looking forward to, interactive class more, but it was more of chapter course class. So yeah, first is okay.
Yeah, so orientation is there, and I need to give explanation about it. That's why.
It's necessary. It's necessary.
Fine, thank you, Saman. Yeah, anybody else? Saman, you can nominate one of the friends.
Okay.
I call
I
it
will.
weekend shopping.
I will go with Shyamal, our class CR.
Okay, Shamal.
Uh, Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Tell me.
I mean, good afternoon, sir.
It's okay.
Already
It's okay.
12:30.
Yeah.
Uh, Sir, I would like to conclude that, as Savan perfectly said, it was a little bit streamlined class. It was not that much interactive because yesterday you started with the same thing in the lab,
Mhm, mhm.
so it was a bit boring class for us.
See, lab session was something different, because in lab, there are topics which overlaps in lab and lecture. Fine. So things in a way we
Yes,
need to,
yes,
because in lab we have got 3 labs. That's why I told you that
yes,
some of the
yes,
things I'll not cover in the lab session because I want to cover in the lecture. Fine, okay. But I'm
yes.
happy that you people are honest enough.
Uh,
Next.
Honest, but sir, I think this class, the English lecture would be interactive in future.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I'm going to bring in lots of innovations, lots of softwares and mechanisms in the class so that you'll be there on your toes during the class.
Sir, will there be any games or something?
Yeah, definitely we'll have.
Then it will be fun.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. This was
Fine. Savan, yeah, thank you. So Savan, one last thing, you need to nominate one student. So we'll ask 3 students today, and then we'll wind it up, right?
me or
Uh,
someone.
So you can ask somebody, nominate somebody who can, go for it.
yes, sir. I would like to nominate few people. Um, Krishna of Girls here,
Okay, Krishna.
and uh, there's one guy named Aryan.
Okay.
Shyamal, you add one if you want.
No, 2 is enough.
Okay.
Oh no.
So Krishna,
Yes, sir.
please.
Yeah, sir. So lecture was like you introduced and
You need to unmute your mic, Krishna. Fine. I guess there's some problem with Krishna's system. He was not able to answer. Fine, no worries. We are meeting again post lunch. Fine. So see you there and post lunch 3:25. So enjoy your lunch. Fine. Take care. We'll meet again at 3:25. Thank you very much, everybody. You can leave the
Thank you,
class
sir.
now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.